going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I wanted to take you through a little bit of Caelan Doris. He does seem to have picked up a knock, and he seems to be having problems with his shoulder. I want to take you through the Lions, what it's potentially going to mean, and potential captaincy issues because of this Caelan Doris injury. So before I continue, please like and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and a vast majority of people that watch my content are not subscribed. So if you guys are enjoying the content, please hit the like button and subscribe, and let's break it down. Now, Caelan Doris, he picked up the knock in the Leinster versus Northampton Saints game in the Champions Cup final, semi-final, and he was taken off around, I think it was around the 55th, 56th minute, and he was feeling discomfort. Ultimately, that, I do believe, changed the course of the game. A lot of big bad decisions were made by Leinster as well, but I think being able to have Caelan Doris up until the 80th minute would have been a big thing. But otherwise, look, he picked up a knock. He's got a shoulder injury. As to the extent, we don't know. The articles are saying that he's going to be going through a shoulder procedure, and as I've been going through all the different articles and so on, some people are stating that he's going to go through shoulder surgery, and as soon as the word procedure comes in, the media just tend to go wild, and they'll start coming up with a whole bunch of different random stuff. But a procedure could literally just mean he gets rest, or I don't know, a cycle of something, or he gets an injection to help him through. It could actually be very small. Maybe he just needs a little bit of medication and rest, some physio, and he's good to go. Or it could mean he gets surgery. We don't know. We are going to see. There have been cases in the past. The most notably is Faye Waboso, where they didn't put him through surgery, and ultimately he ended up getting the surgery later on, after having things worse, being out on the sidelines, and now potentially going to be missing out on being a Lion because of this. So should he go through surgery? Shouldn't he? It's going to come down to the nation. It's going to come down to the club, and how they're going to take things forward. Because, like I said, it could be something really minor, but this will still potentially affect the Lions tour and Leinster, because they are potentially going to be without Caelan Doris for the rest of the season. Andy Farrell, he's going to be naming his Lions squad in a couple of days, and I think pretty much everybody kind of expects Caelan Doris to be captain. It's kind of like odds on that he would be captain if he's going to be chosen. So how long he's going to be out, I don't know. We could potentially see other players that have been playing specifically well, Maro Otoje as an example, potentially fill that void. And honestly, I think he would do a brilliant job, because he's been playing well. He is an elite player, and since he's been captain for England have actually been playing brilliantly. But Andy Farrell it wouldn't be surprised if Caelan Doris is on the tour, that Andy Farrell is going to pick him as captain. So not having Caelan Doris, is a big blow, because a player of Caelan Doris's ability is always sorely missed at any point, whether it's club, national, Lions, whoever it is sorely missed. So I would love to see Caelan Doris playing. Hopefully it's not a bad injury. Hopefully he hasn't done anything major inside his shoulder. But at the end of the day, anything is possible, right? But this could affect the Lions. This could affect how they play, throughout the rest of the season. But this also does affect the other potential players that could be called up in these positions, because there's quite a few different players that have the capability, like your Ben Earls, Henry Pollock, your Currys, players that can go into these positions, because more than likely we are going to be seeing a player like Van der Fleer coming in at 7, Jack Morgan coming in at 6. So that opens up different spaces for players like Henry Pollock, who can play an 8 and a 7. So it also opens up for a whole bunch of different other players and a couple different avenues to those positions, because the back row is already so stacked of quality just throughout. It's hard to choose, that's a real big nightmare. So in potentially having Caelan Doris out, it could open up for some different choices. But if he is even 60% fit that he can play, I'm pretty certain Andy Farrell is going to pick him. He might not necessarily start every game, but any game that he does start, he probably will end up being captain. And, going on from there, Caelan Doris is an amazing player. So to hear this news that he has picked up a shoulder injury, it is a very sad day. Honestly, when I was watching the game, I just thought, you know what, maybe he just might have twisted something a bit wrong, and or Leo Cullen just wanted a different angle, and Leo Cullen hasn't exactly had the best track record of making decisions recently, especially back end of the game and seasons. But I don't know. I think this would open up a lot of different opportunities for a lot of other players, but honestly, I don't feel that it is that serious. I don't feel that it's going to be a big enough issue for him not to be a Lion this year. I think it's literally just going to be, look, you're going to take an injection, you're going to battle through the pain, because we all know what rugby players are. They don't care if, you amputate their left arm, just as long as they have a covering over it and they can run, they're good to play. So I'm pretty certain he's going to say, look, I don't care, do what you got to do so that I can play. And then once I'm finished and, once it's holiday time, I can rest or go through whatever surgery and whatnot is needed. But because the Lions tour only comes every 4 years, is he going to want to miss this opportunity? I don't think so. So I'm pretty certain, knowing how rugby players think, even if it means, look, I'm going to be potentially injured for the next year, at least I get to be a Lion today, So it's gonna be a difficult choice, but it's gonna have to be an educated decision from player, club, and nation. And yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think he could potentially be out? We are gonna hear more news, but for this to happen just days prior to Andy Farrell naming his Lion squad, that's such a kick in the teeth. And Caelan Doris he's probably just like in his head, just fighting those demons and, going through all the different possibilities. So, yeah, guys, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Comment section below. Please like and subscribe as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.